WKNC's The Lounge is an ongoing web series launched in 2013, showcasing local and touring bands with an intimate live performance in WKNC's back lounge. Over the years, lounge performers have included acts such as Pile,
I pull the sheets over my head.
Spirit of the Beehive, Mannequin Pussy, Truth Club, and many more. This is a look into how we record audio for episodes of The Lounge. We record everything on a Tascam DP24SD digital Porta Studio. With this board, we can record up to 8 inputs simultaneously. It records songs to an SD card, which we export to an external computer for mixing and editing. We mainly use 2 different mics to record, the SM57 and the SM58. These mics are really similar, with the main difference being that the SM58 has a built-in filter, which cuts down on popping and other unwanted noise. This makes it a good choice for a vocal mic. The SM57 is a more general-purpose microphone that can be used for almost all applications. They are almost universally used as the standard mic when it comes to miking guitar and bass amplifiers. I like to place the mic slightly off-axis of the speaker cone, but some people prefer to put the microphone on-axis. I think miking off-axis produces a slightly less harsh sound, but it really comes down to preference. When it comes to recording bass, some people prefer to use a direct input, or DI, which means that they connect the amp directly to the board instead of miking the speaker cabinet. I usually prefer to just mic the cabinet, but different artists may prefer different sounds. We can also use DI if the bass player didn't bring an amp. However, connecting the bass to the board directly isn't the best idea, because the mismatching impedance causes the recording to come out sounding strange. It's best practice to use something called a DI box, which converts the high impedance signal from the bass pickups to a low impedance signal that the board expects. To use it, we connect the bass into the DI box, and then we connect the DI box into one of the inputs on the board. There are a lot of different options when it comes to miking drums, and the one we use really depends on how many inputs we have available on the board. The minimum mic setup I would use is 2 overhead mics and a kick drum mic. If we have another input available, I would go for a snare mic. At WKNC, we have 2 pairs of overhead mics to choose from, a pair of Samson CO2s and a pair of Audix F15s. These are both condenser mics, meaning that you must turn on phantom power on the Tascam for them to work. Condenser mics pick up sound from farther away, which works well for overhead mics. Dynamic mics like the SM57 and 58 mainly only pick up sound from right in front of them, so they aren't the best choice for overheads. You'll want to put your overhead mics above the kit pointing at the snare drum. You'll want both mics to be equally distant from the snare so you don't get any weird phase cancellation issues when the sound reaches one before the other. For the kick mic, I usually just use whatever microphone we have left. An SM58 or this Sennheiser E822S will work. If there's an input left for the snare, we can use these Samson ones that clip onto the rim of the drum. I hope you enjoyed this look into how we produce episodes of The Lounge. If you're interested, you can click the playlist on the screen to check out all the episodes that we've released so far.